Imagine taking a 5-second dip in Titan's lakes. What would happen? Titan, Saturn's largest moon, is a world of intrigue and wonder. Uniquely among the celestial bodies in our solar system, it boasts an atmosphere denser than that of even our own planet, Earth. But what truly sets Titan apart are its lakes. Unlike the water-based lakes we're familiar with here on Earth, Titan's lakes are composed of liquid methane and ethane. Yes, that's right. On Titan, it is so cold that these gases condense into liquids, forming lakes and seas that carve out the moon's icy landscape. This question of taking a hypothetical dip in one of Titan's lakes is not just a whimsical thought experiment. It's a fascinating way to explore the nature of this distant moon and the extreme conditions that prevail there. It also gives us a chance to appreciate the vast diversity of celestial environments and the potential for unique forms of life that could exist within them. Titan's environment is harsh and hostile by our standards. Its surface temperature is a bone-chilling -290°F, and its lakes brim with hydrocarbons, chemicals that are the building blocks of petroleum and natural gas. So, a dip in one of Titan's lakes would be no ordinary swim. But isn't it exciting to ponder such an alien experience? To consider what it would be like to swim in a lake not of water but of liquid methane and ethane. This thought experiment prompts us to think beyond our earthly experiences and imagine the unimaginable. It encourages us to step outside our comfort zones and venture into the unknown, even if only in our minds. Now that we have set the stage, let's dive deeper into the details of this unique celestial body. First, let's understand what makes Titan's lakes so different from ours. The lakes on Saturn's largest moon, Titan, are truly an enigma, a stark contrast to the familiar H2O bodies we're used to on Earth. Here, the lakes are not composed of water, but rather, they brim with a cocktail of hydrocarbons, primarily methane and ethane. You may know methane and ethane as gases, the type that powers your stove or heats your home. But on Titan, these substances exist in a liquid state. It's not magic, but rather a consequence of the moon's extremely cold temperatures. With average temperatures hovering around a bone-chilling -290°F, Titan offers the perfect chilly environment for these gases to condense into liquids. Imagine a world where it's so cold that what we know as gas here on Earth pools into lakes and flows in rivers on the surface. That's Titan for you. But these aren't just simple methane and ethane puddles. The lakes on Titan are complex and vast, some even larger than our own Great Lakes. It's also worth noting that these lakes aren't clear like water. Methane and ethane, when in liquid form, have a distinctive ethereal orange hue. So imagine swimming in a lake that's not only freezing cold but also glows with an otherworldly orange light. And just to add another layer of strangeness, the rain on Titan is also made of methane. Yes, you heard it right. Methane rain fills these lakes, creating a cycle akin to Earth's water cycle but with a hydrocarbon twist. So, a plunge in Titan's lakes would be unlike anything on Earth. But what would it really feel like? Well, for that you'll have to stick around for the next scene as we dive deeper into this extraterrestrial swimming experience. Let's now delve into what a 5-second swim would feel like. Imagine diving into a pool, but this isn't your average backyard swim. We're talking about Titan's lakes, filled with liquid hydrocarbons, a far cry from the water we're accustomed to here on Earth. Now, the first thing you'd feel is the extreme cold. We're not just talking about a quick, refreshing dip. These lakes are a shocking -290°F. That's colder than anything you've ever experienced. It's so cold that the methane and ethane we're familiar with as gases here on Earth exist as liquids on Titan. In fact, it's more than just cold. It's frigid enough to instantly freeze a human. But let's say you could somehow withstand the temperature. The next hurdle would be the physical properties of the liquid hydrocarbons themselves. They're less dense than water, meaning your body would sink rather than float. So not only would you be freezing, but you'd also be struggling to stay afloat. But the challenges don't stop there. Even if you could somehow manage to keep your head above the liquid, the effects on your body would be severe. The extreme cold could cause immediate hypothermia. Your body's response to such intense cold would be to shut down, to preserve core heat. In just 5 seconds, your body's core temperature would drop dramatically, leading to a loss of consciousness and potentially heart failure. So, while the idea of swimming in an alien lake might seem like science fiction fun, the reality would be far from enjoyable. The extreme conditions on Titan are not conducive to human survival, even for a brief swim. So a quick swim could quickly turn deadly, but what other factors would come into play? Beyond the chilling dip, the atmosphere of Titan itself would pose significant challenges. Imagine being enveloped in a dense murky haze with visibility limited to a few kilometers. That's what you'd encounter on Saturn's moon Titan. Its atmosphere, predominantly nitrogen with traces of methane and ethane, is about 1.5 times as thick as Earth's, creating a pressure at the surface equivalent to about 5 meters underwater on Earth. Now add to this the fact that Titan's gravity is a mere 14% of our planet's. While this may sound like a fun, moonwalk-style swimming experience, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. The reduced gravity would make it difficult to keep your body submerged. In fact, you'd feel more like you were bobbing on the surface rather than swimming in the traditional sense. Moreover, the thick atmosphere and low gravity would significantly impact your breathing. The dense nitrogen would be harder to inhale and exhale than the air we're accustomed to on Earth. And with the lower gravity, your body wouldn't be as efficient at circulating oxygen. You'd likely find yourself gasping for breath after just a few strokes. But let's not forget about the weather. Titan's climate can be incredibly harsh, with temperatures dropping as low as -290 degrees Fahrenheit. And while you wouldn't experience rain, as we know it here on Earth, you could be caught in a methane drizzle. Even the wind on Titan would present a challenge. Though it's usually calm, the moon's slow rotation can cause strong, long-lasting winds. Imagine trying to swim against a gust that lasts for weeks on end. So not only would the swim be incredibly cold, but the surrounding conditions would make it even more difficult. So what's the final verdict on our hypothetical 5-second swim in Titan's lakes? We've delved into the peculiarities of Saturn's largest moon, Titan, and the intriguing characteristics of its lakes. We've imagined the experience of taking a quick dip in these alien waters, but what have we learned? Firstly, the extreme cold. We're talking about temperatures dropping to -290 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than anything we've ever experienced on Earth. Even the coldest temperature ever recorded on our planet, in Antarctica, seems balmy in comparison. This bone-chilling cold would make any form of swimming, let alone a quick dip, a challenge beyond our current capabilities. Moving on, we've explored the unusual composition of Titan's lakes. Unlike Earth's water-based bodies, these lakes are a cocktail of ethane, methane, and nitrogen. This composition would not only make swimming a surreal experience, but also a hazardous one. The combination of these elements at such low temperatures could have unforeseen and potentially harmful effects on the human body. We also touched on the atmospheric conditions. With a pressure 1.5 times that of Earth's, and an atmosphere primarily composed of nitrogen, the experience would be wildly different from a swim in your local pool. It's like diving deep into the ocean, but without the comforting familiarity of water. In sum, while the prospect of swimming in Titan's lakes has proven to be a fascinating thought experiment, the reality is far from achievable with our current technology and understanding. These alien lakes present challenges and conditions that are unimaginable and perhaps even insurmountable here on Earth. So, while a dip in Titan's lakes might be intriguing in theory, it's best left to the realm of imagination for now.